Hi everybody. Today I've decided that I'm going to do a little bit of baking. I'm going to make some scones. So if you're interested in how I make my scones, and I will leave the recipe in the description box below, well then stick around. So hi everybody, welcome to the channel, Nanna-M. My name is Lynn. Today, as I said, I'm going to be making some scones. Now, anybody that's been watching my channel recently will know that I was given a B-roll book from the lovely Jean. But it did say when I read the recipe that really you should use B-roll flour for any recipes in the B-roll book. And I went to Tesco yesterday, and unfortunately Tesco don't sell B-roll flour. So I am going to source some. So just for this particular recipe, I'm using Delia Smith's recipe for this, because the B-roll recipe is a little bit different and it uses lard, whereas Delia's just said any spreadable margarine, so I'm using Stork. Anyway, if you think that's something that you could be interested in, please do make yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, relax, and let's crack on with these scones. So first of all, I'll just turn you down and I'll show you what ingredients you need. But don't forget, I will link the recipe in the description box below. So I'll just do that. So I'm tweaking it just a wee bit, but basically what you've got is you need 40 grams of a spreadable butter. So I've got Stork. You need 225 grams of sieved self-raising flour. I haven't sieved it, so I'm just going to whisk mine in a moment. And then you need 1.5 level tablespoons of golden caster sugar. I've put 2 in because I like mine sweet. And then you need a pinch of salt. So I've just got maybe like just about half a teaspoon there. And then you need approximately 100 to 110 mils of milk. And extra that I'm putting in that isn't in Delia's recipe is I'm going to add an egg. I've whisked my egg and I've taken out a tablespoon, put it in this little thing here because I'm going to brush the tops of the scones with the egg that I've taken out of the full egg. I've got a little cutter, mine's only very small, and I don't like fruit in my scones, but Harvey does, so I'm going to try and cut it in half and put half fruit in half, and then I'll have the other half plain. And then I've got some extra flour to douse this cutter in when I start to cut. So that's all the ingredients that you need. You can leave the fruit out if you want plain scones. You can add any kind of fruit, as long as it's dried fruit that you like. So that's that. So I'll just set myself up and then we'll crack on. Okay, so I've got my oven preheating at 220 degrees. I don't know whether I'm supposed to lower it or not, because they usually say, don't they, knock 10 off for a fan assisted, but anyway, I'm not doing. I'm going to see how it goes. So I've got my flour, I've just whisked it, and I'm going to put my butter, my spreadable, whatever you're using, in there, and I'm just going to use my fingertips just to get that all mixed in. Just bring it up like that. Rub it between your fingers till it's all incorporated in and it's like very, very fine breadcrumbs. I'll probably speed it up at this point until it's done. Okay, so that's all mixed in now. So now I'm going to add my pinch of salt, my caster sugar. I've got a couple of lumps there, so I'm just going to break those up. Put that in. Make sure you get it all. And then mix all that in. And then just going to make a little well in the middle. Get myself a knife. Pour my egg in with the egg that I've taken out left at the side. So I'll pour my egg in. Just going to get a spatula. Get all that goodness out. Okay. And I'm going to pour about half of the milk in. And then I'm going to get my, well, I've got my spatula. So I'm just going to see if that's enough. You just want it to come together, but you don't want it too dry and you don't want it too wet. So you have to kind of like judge it. And you don't want to over mix it either, and I can already tell that it's going to need a bit more. I've still got that dry cough, it's awful. Anybody have had that? If any of you have had that cold, it's really shocking. Right, so I'm going to see if it'll come together now. If not, I'll put a bit more milk in. Like I say, you don't want to overwork it. This is going to be fine. So I'm going to tip it out. And just bring it together. Just like that. And I'm just going to press it down. To about 1 inch thick. About the size of my cutter really. And I've got myself a tray lined with parchment paper. So I'm just going to put myself some flour on the board. And you don't twist, you just go straight down. Like so. Straight up and down. And then on your parchment paper. Back in your flour. Straight down. On your parchment. Keep going. Right, so I've got 4 there. So I'm just going to add the fruit to this. Again in my flour, straight down, don't twist. I did twist a bit then. And the baking paper and the flour. I think I'll just about get 4. Look at all that fruit. And I'll just bring the rest of the dough together to make a little one. It might turn out, it might not. Who's bothered? Baby one. Okay. So I'll just move all this stuff and then we'll baste the top with the egg white. So there are my scones. Got my brush. Okay, and then what I like to do is I like to get some granulated sugar and sprinkle it on top. Plain granulated. You can put brown sugar on if you want. They're going to go in the oven for between 12 and 15 minutes. And we'll see what they look like when they come out. I'll bring you back. So while those scones are baking, I just wanted to show you this little trick. So I've got 4 almonds in the middle. And I've got all these squares around the side. And each side has 6. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I take an almond out of the middle, place it there, take one from there and place it there, I've still got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I've only got 3 almonds left. So if I take another almond and I put it there, and then I take one from there and I put it there, I still only have 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've only got 2 almonds in the middle. So if I take another and I go to there, and I take one from there and I go to there, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've only got 1 almond left. How does that work? And if I take the final almond and I go there, take one from there and put it to there, I have no almonds left, but I still only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No almonds in the middle. So, what do you think of my magic? Took me ages to learn that. But isn't it good? That's a good party trick. So learn it. Keep playing it back and learn it. You never know what you're going to get from Nanna-M. You never ever know. They're out. Look at that. Woo! So I've got 4 plain ones and 4 currant ones. No, 5 little currant ones, because I've had that little extra in there. But really, I should have just made it into 4 and then it'd have been a little bit bigger. But they've only just come out of the oven. That one's gone a bit skewy. But it doesn't matter, it's all going down the same hole. But these are perfect, look. You can just see, can't you? The crystallised sugar on top. So I'll cut one open for you. It's still warm. I'll put some butter on, because that's probably how I will eat them. I won't eat them with cream and jam. Harvey might put some jam on his, and yeah, see what they're like. So won't be a minute, I'll just get my butter. So I've made myself a cuppa, my Harvey one. I think he's coming in for one in a moment, so I'll just turn it down. We'll cut one in half, I'll butter it, and then I'll bring it back up and I'll taste it. So I'm going to use this one. It probably will break in half, but yeah, it has done, look. Can you see how nice that is? Can you see the steam still coming off it? A little bit. So let's get some butter on. It's going to melt in it. Ooh. Lovely. Excited. It's all starting to melt, look. Let's have a little taste. Oh, it's ages since I had a scone. They're delicious. A crunch to the outside. I like mine warm. Melted butter. Really soft, cakey on the inside. And look at all the fruit in Harvey's. He'll like that. You know, I could even cope with those being a little bit sweeter, but probably if you were using jam, it would be enough, you know. They're honestly so easy they were. And mine, I left mine in exactly 15 minutes because I was doing the finishing touches on his camper van. So he came in to ask me to help him put the duvet cover on the duvet. Once it's all finished, I will do a tour of it and show you absolutely everything. So I was going to check them at 12 minutes, but I was messing around with this duvet and then my little timer went off for 15 minutes. But it's perfect really, isn't it? Because look, perfect. Just enough colour. That's got even more colour on it, but just on that crusty bit there. Oh, I like crusty bits. And what you can do is, really scones are best, I think, eaten on the day you make them. But if you store them in an airtight tin, and then you just take one out, stick it in your microwave for about 20 seconds, honestly, you'd think you just brought them out of the oven again. Delicious. So, I'm going to enjoy the rest of these with this nice cup of tea. I'm going to put my feet up and I'm going to watch some YouTube. So I can recommend that recipe. And as I say, I will leave it, so easy, in the description box below. The thing to remember with it is not to mess around with it too much. You could just bring it together. Instead of cutting it in rounds, you could do like a square shape and just cut squares out. As easy as that. And cook it that way. It just means you'll have a square scone instead of a round scone, doesn't it? But it doesn't matter. But honestly, gets a thumbs up from me. Ari's come in now to have his cup of tea, so he might try one with some butter on. See you in a bit. So, you'll have to let me know what you think of the scones. We absolutely love them. You can't beat homemade, can you? And that's a really good recipe. It's not my grandma's recipe, and it's not one that I've used before, but it is a good, they were really, really nice. So I think next time I might make some cherry scones. Plain ones and some cherry scones. They'll be nice. So, as you can see, I have different clothes on because this is a different day that I'm doing the outro. I've just been filming something else that you will be seeing probably after the scones. If you have stayed until the end, I would like to say a massive thank you. I really do appreciate it. And if you have enjoyed the video and you're not subscribed, please would you consider doing so? Like lots of YouTubers say, more than half of the people that watch the videos on a regular basis are not subscribed. So I don't know why that is, but it would make a massive difference if you would consider doing so. So please do give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment or an emoji in the comment section. It would be nice if I had a hype if you really enjoyed the video and you haven't used them up and this is happens to be one of your favourites. If not, I'm quite happy with a comment or I'm quite happy just with a like. In fact, I'm quite happy just that you've watched it. So thank you very much, and fingers crossed. Stay well. It's been really rainy today here. I saw a rainbow. That was nice, but it was a weird one because it started off really, really vivid and it went to nothing before it finished its arc. So I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping for a nicer day tomorrow, but it has actually forecast rain. So, thank you and stay well. And it's been lovely spending some time with you. Thank you so much. And fingers crossed, I will see you. Crossed. I will see you on the next one. So, bye for now. Bye.